What I find is when we sort of know, oh yeah, I've got to learn this language, you think, yeah, I've got to learn the language, grammar, vocabulary, and also I've got to learn the culture and the worldview, okay? But often, and our textbooks don't always cover this well, we need to learn how to speak the language in a culturally appropriate way, okay? For instance, if you're going to a country, and you probably are aware, titles and status is important, okay? I remember when we went to Taiwan, we went to this church, and there was this person called Chen, and he was very kind, and so each Sunday I said, Chen Xiansheng, Mr. Chen Xiansheng, you see, blah, blah, blah. And then after about a year, I began to realize no one else called him Chen Xiansheng, only me. People were calling him Chen Zhanglao, Elder Chen. Now, I don't know, I think he probably felt, well, of course, this foreigner doesn't know any better or anything like that, something like that, okay? But it's important to learn to speak appropriately because local people warm to the well-mannered foreigner and are more likely to invite you into their kitchens. Okay, so I just want to think a bit about these functions in the language. We're not going to go through them all, just going to pick up one or two of them. Firstly, we need to look at the situation. Is it informal, hi, or is it formal? How do you do? Okay, so is the situation formal or is it informal? Okay, then we need to think about age. Who speaks and who listens? I remember as a child at meal times, I was reminded small children should be seen and not heard. I don't think you hear that so much nowadays. Okay, a status. Status, who bows lowest in Japan and who wies highest in Thailand. It's important going to Thailand to know how high you should why, okay? And these important status. Agenda, is it that in this culture men get together and talk with men, say at a party, and women get together with women, or do they sort of mix together? That's important. And relationships. As a new missionary to Taiwan who didn't really understand anything very much, I got the impression that Chinese people were very polite to those who they know and seemed to be rather rude or offhandish to those who they didn't know. That's how I viewed the culture through my glasses. Okay? So age, status, gender relationships, all good. So let's look at some of these now. Greetings. It's not just how do you say how do you do in Chinese, okay? When Chinese in more formal, they say 你贵姓? What is your esteemed surname? Informally, how do Chinese greet each other, especially near meal times? Yes, have you eaten yet? Okay, have you eaten yet? Okay, one's formal, what is your esteemed surname? Informal, have you eaten yet? Greetings, okay? Inviting, how to know when people are genuine or are they just being friendly? In Taiwan, you meet someone and they'll say, oh, come to my home to drink tea and chat. Lin Day Kai Gang Jile, okay? And so some foreigners have gone, oh great, I'll be around in 5 minutes, okay? And yet the person was only just being friendly to the foreigner. So it's very important to know when people are being genuine, really want you to come round, or just being friendly, okay? Leave taking. It seems like in British polite society, mainly older people, if you've had an evening together, the guest gives the host the 20-minute warning, the 10-minute warning, and then leaves, you see? So the 20-minute warning, well, Mary, it's been a splendid evening together, but I ought to be getting back soon. Okay, that's the 20-minute warning. Then 10 minutes later, well, you know, I ought to be getting back. George doesn't like me to get home too late, you know. And then as he drifts to the door, we must get together again sometime. Off they go. Okay? And I remember that when we went to Taiwan in our early days and we had students come round to our house, suddenly one of them announced, "I'm off now," you see. No warning, you see. "I'm off now." And I thought, didn't they like the British food we served? You know, the boiled potatoes and boiled carrots and boiled peas, you see. So, how do you not only greet, but how do you leave, okay? Interrupting. How do you interrupt? It seems like in Spain, I hear, if two people are talking, the second one will start talking before the first one has finished, and it indicates an interest in what they're talking about. Is that so in the culture that you're going to? Okay? Apologizing. How, and particularly when, do you apologize? Seems certain British people bump into a lamppost and apologize. Okay? This is important. Disapproving or disagreeing, especially if the person's an older person. How do you disagree with someone appropriately? And let me ask you, silence. What different messages can silence send? What different messages can silence send? They can send some very loud messages.
I feel comfortable.
Oh, okay. I feel comfortable. Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's good.
I'm offended.
Sorry? I'm offended, but I don't want to say it.
I'm bored.
Yes, I'm bored. I'm bored. Attention. Tension. Yeah, sorry, I meant to say attention. Yeah, tension.
I'm asleep.
I'm dead.
Sorry?
In some places I don't like you.
Oh, okay. It's interesting. Silence can send very different messages. We had a director in Taiwan many years ago who was actually from England, and I worked with him in the office as the business manager. And when I had an idea I wanted to share with him, he would sit there in total silence. Total silence, okay? Now, with the same British cultural background, but the message I was receiving, the message he was shouting at me by silence was, "Martin, I don't agree with you, but I'm rather embarrassed to tell you." But that wasn't the message he was wanting to send. He was sending a very different message. "I just want to listen quietly to what you're saying, and then I'll think about it, and then we'll talk about it again." And the messages we send, the message we receive, can be very, very different. Keeping appointments. How late can you be before you have to say, "I'm sorry"? Or do you say, "I'm sorry"? Yes, I know. Very different. And this one is interesting. Responding to compliments. It seems, I think, that younger people today in Asia are different from older people, where we were always told you sort of reject compliments, or you're being too polite, or, not at all, etc. Nowadays, younger people accept them much more. We need to note that. There's one I like, I think it was in India. This foreigner said to this Indian guy, he said, "Your daughter is beautiful." And he replied, "No, she's as ugly as my wife." I haven't tried that one yet, actually. No, I didn't. So on this, okay, we not only need to get the language accurate, grammar, vocabulary, we also need to speak appropriately. How can we learn how to speak appropriately? How can we learn?
Listen and watch.
Listen and watch. How else?
Ask someone.
Yeah, who are some good people to ask?
Language helper.
Yes, not always. You'll often get different replies. That's the problem.
You're warm and empathetic friends.
You're warm and empathetic. Who are willing to tell you something. Yeah?
The chemist down the street.
The chemist down the street, maybe, yeah. I think older, experienced, effective missionaries can be very useful here. You can say to them, "Look, I saw this happen. Is it a one-off? Is it to do with their personality, or is it a cultural thing?" Older, experienced missionaries often come in very useful. But just to end with, we need language that's pleasing to their ears and manners that are pleasing to their hearts. And then they're going to let us into the kitchens faster. Okay, we'll have a break in a few minutes, but I just want to ask, places to practice. Give me some ideas. Where can we go and practice the language? Okay, where can we go and practice the language? Some good places. Sorry?
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Anywhere else? A restaurant, yes, restaurants are good. Invite some local friends to go with you. They can't run away until the meal's over. Yeah, the hairdresser's very good. How long do ladies sit in hairdressers for, having their hair done?
30 minutes?
30 minutes? Any advance on 30 minutes? Sue, you disagree? No? Hours? Yeah, hours, that's the right thing. And therefore, when you go to the hairdressers, my friends, choose the happy, chatty one. Okay? That's an hour's language practice. Value for money. Okay, the hairdresser? Yeah? Oh, good. Where else? Yeah, local market, especially when there are not a lot of customers. Go at the time of day when there are not a lot of customers.
With your neighbours?
Sorry?
Neighbours?
Yes, neighbours, friendly neighbours. Some other places.
Pubs.
Sorry? Pubs?
Parks.
Oh, parks. Sorry. You must have been reading my notes. The pub's coming up in a few minutes. Pubs, actually, are very friendly places. We had one OMFer, I was going to mention him in a few minutes, Joachim, who used to go to the pub. He said they were very friendly there. Parks, yeah, except for me, yeah. In China, and maybe other places, they have a lot of guards, gatekeeper, people who have to stand by buildings, and keep them safe. They're ideal to practice on because whether they like your Chinese or not, they can't run away. You know what I mean? Sorry?
They're very bored.
Yeah, they're very bored. Yeah, assuming they don't shoot you or something like that. But yeah, they're bored. Have a sentence. What I use? A guy. We have a parking lot, car park at the bottom. We live in a tall block, and that guy sits there all day waiting for cars to come in. Not many. There are not many parking spots. I don't want to hire the guy. And I used to have something each day that I said to him in Taiwanese Hokkien as I went by. Yeah, they're bored. Where else? Do you want to know the best place? I still think it's the best place. Hospitals. Hospitals. Waiting areas in hospitals. Hundreds of people sitting there, bored, waiting for their number to come up. You know what I mean? And so what do? And you live very near a hospital, actually. You walk in, you know what I mean? You take your number. You've got to take a number, friends. You've got to take a number. So you're part of the crowd. You know what I mean? Hundreds of people. And in hospitals, they all talk Taiwanese. I think it's amazing. And, and you just sit, you sit next to someone. They're all bored. They don't take anything to do, you see what I mean? It's still waiting, you see, waiting for hours. And so you sit next to someone, you see, and strike up a conversation. It's very easy because people are so bored, you see, but you don't understand them. Oh, it doesn't matter. God bless you. And go and find someone else, you see. You go along, you see. And you go to a different department. I forgot there are doctors here. You go to a different department each day. Okay, so they don't keep seeing you coming in, you see, and wheel you into the operating theatre before you have a chance to say, yeah, you don't. I'm saying, both my wife and I had to have minor operations last year. And so while I was sitting there, first I had to go and see the doctor for a checkup. I thought more about this idea. I don't see why not. You might like to explain to someone, but I don't think so. I mean, and the people sitting waiting are different each day.
And you get a new friend when your phone number came close. I feel much better now. Would you like my number?
Yeah, right. Yes. And go off to a different department and get another number. Yeah. Service to the community.
No, it doesn't work for each of us.
Actually, I think it might, because you can sit next to someone, all right, and then you just have a textbook and you just ask them, what does this, something like that. You have something to, I think, actually, I personally think it does work for it. I couldn't walk up to a guard at a place. I feel embarrassed because other people will walk by. But I think in a hospital, people are just sitting there bored. No? Don't you like that? I thought it was a good idea.
If you get admitted to the hospital, they can come and visit you, but if you're not feeling well, you might not be on
Who? Me or them? So they.
Well, if I'm in the hospital and
Yes.
they come and visit,
Oh, I
that
see.
is one way.
Oh,
do that.
I see.
The other way, somebody I knew, that's what she does, she goes and visits people.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Then you appreciate it.
You can volunteer at the hospital.
Yes, the problem is with that, sorry, I realise now, is it demands a slightly higher level. Okay, I'm thinking particularly those in their early days, take in a pile of fruit and vegetables and say, can we buy and sell? No, you can't really do that. But if you're going visiting, people are going to share their problems, and you need a fairly high level of language to understand.
You could be a flower lady.
Sorry?
You could be a flower lady.
Yeah, I thought you say sell flowers?
No,
Oh.
you go, if they have them.
Oh, I see.
Voluntarily
Oh,
put
okay.
fresh
Mhm.
water in people's
Mhm.
flowers.
And there's normally lots of hospitals in the places we go to, so you can go around them all. Okay, all right, forget about that. The other one is long distance bus and train journeys. They're ideal as well. Again, people.
Get away from you.
Yeah.
They can't get
No,
away.
no, especially no. It's ideal, whether they like the Chinese or not. And remember the map on the board. Let's have a break just for 5 minutes, and then we'll press on. Okay. And look at.